Well, hello. I'm trying to do something different at the beginning. Okay. So I'm gonna take a short little break for a couple of days. I gotta read through these bullshit chapters, take this quiz, and I gotta take the test on the 6th and try to get this project going. So I may put out a video later this week or I may not. I'll see how it goes, but nonetheless, let me go ahead and get a rant out of the way. I was thinking about this. Well, let me talk about just general stuff that's happened. We see Biden's infrastructure deal, become lesser and lesser. It's supposed to be 4 billion or 4 trillion, excuse me. In reality, it's only 2.25 trillion. So, like I say, infrastructure in the U.S. is still going to be crapola. It's only going to be for the bigger cities and cities that have influence. As for highways and smaller cities, they don't give a shit. All right. So I'm just going to tell you right now that money is going to be prioritized to bigger cities and places that have actual economic value, or at least perceived economic value, like New York City. So that's what I have to say about that. The anti-Asian stuff is unfortunate. I do say that. You should always just be careful of folks. A lot of, some of it may come from MAGA-peds and shit. Or just like, well, Donald Trump said China bad. But it can come from other places too. So just be aware of that. But ultimately I feel like Asians, they're going to defend themselves, I'm going to be I'm just going to briefly talk about that because a cracker like me really shouldn't be talking about it. But I should bring it up and say I do realize that, yellow peril was a real thing, and the Exclusion Act and all that sort of thing, that was real shit. So that's why a lot of American-born Chinese diaspora are starting to identify more with their homeland than with their birthplace, which is understandable. Anyway, so to move on from that, a lot of we saw that, the Capitol attack has just kind of fallen off. A lot of the YouTube folks that I listen to, that some I hate watch, some I don't. They aren't talking about that Capitol attack. They're not talking about that recent Capitol attack that's happened. But yeah, man, like I say, I think it's I just think it's just kind of silly, in my opinion. But anyway, from there we had that other shooting, I think, in California and whatnot. These shootings aren't being as played up as they were a couple of years ago. It seems like these shootings are being covered, but it's one of those things you got to really dig for. It's kind of like what happened in what happened to the folks with Chaz or whatever. And of course, they killed 2 black kids. And of course, ain't nobody hear anything about it again. You got to really dig for that shit. But it's it's the same type of thing. I think that in a lot of ways, the U.S. media is on lockdown, talking about this shit, and really covering it, I think, in a bigger way. And I think that the media is to blame to a large extent because of anti-Asian rhetoric. But you know what? I'm getting off topic. I'm sorry. But anyway, I think in general, that's what's going on. I think the reason for this kind of a shutdown is because of the Derek Chauvin case. And people are saying, if Derek Chauvin is let off, shit's going to go wild. Now, I don't think it's going to, I don't think that's going to happen. Because number one, you think that with all the, the FBI investigating the Capitol attackers on January 6th, you think that they aren't looking at BLM too? Absolutely they are. You think they aren't looking at these various leftist groups, you bet your ass they are. So I don't really want to hear it, to be honest with you. I don't think Joe Biden wants to see a repeat of what happened this past summer. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it will. It could, but I just don't think it will. So people are waiting with bated breath about what this Derek Chauvin case is going to look like. So yeah, I'm not going to hold an opinion one way or the other. I'm just going to say, be careful going outside. That's all I can tell you. And with that, I think that's all I have to say. You know, in retrospect, that video about the far right was kind of cringe. So I apologize for that, but I was just like, should I do it or should I not? And then I regretted putting it up, but I feel like a pussy if I took it down now, so I'm going to leave it up. But anybody that wants to say, yo, that video was kind of out of taste, out of context, it was kind of cringe, that's a fair point. And I think that's all I have to say. So I hope y'all enjoy that. Let's wait until at least like maybe April 8th or 9th, and then put out some more content. We're just going to play it by ear right now because I got this, I'm just trying to finish my degree, get this bullshit done, and then end up going in some bullshit job, Because I know, we all know what it is. But anyway, see you later, and bye-bye.